Bear with me. So she wants it live this week. Awareness, so about the same each month, so 48,000. Let's run as auction, not as reach and frequency. So she wants to do auction, which is fine. I think on TikTok it's a little different. We actually tend to use reach and frequency a little more often than we would on Facebook or Instagram. And reach and frequency, again, is for predictability. And because of TikTok and us just kind of learning still, we started off doing reach and frequency, right? To kind of just like make sure the costs weren't crazy. But it looks like she wants to run as auction, which is totally fine. It's just the setting we choose. It does not lock us into any CPM, so we'll just kind of want to watch it. And our rep will help us too.
Gotcha.
So audience, so she just wants to keep it broad. And the thing about TikTok, which I've learned and is really, really cool, is you can just do broad demo. And when you pull reports based on like the performance in the back end, which is super easy, I can show you how to do it, or Sarah, our account person, it will actually show you like the interest of people who engaged with your content. So it'll say, 30% of the people who engage with your content liked pets or something like that. So it's very similar to, I think, Google Analytics, where you can like drill down and see like who's engaging with your stuff, what interests they have. So TikTok is actually able to do that for us, which has been a great learning for us for social in general. Whereas on Facebook and Instagram, you can't do that. You can target by interest, but it won't say this interest is this, and then you break it out, which then makes things a lot more complex, driving up CPMs. I feel like it's their thing. I don't know. So TikTok, we've been just leaving it broad. I don't think we've really targeted any interest or anything like that yet on TikTok because we like to learn from it.
Gotcha.
So just measures. Here's the landing page URLs. The other thing about TikTok is that the assets that we are using in these campaigns, like 9 times out of 10, are influencer assets. And so what basically has to happen, and we should really be doing this, but Kelsey kind of just does it because she likes to play around with the content. You have to actually post it, I guess, organically, or like upload it to something or whatever, and it generates basically this code. And so this is the code that she has in here that we will need to actually upload into our campaign setup. So that's what all these like letters and weird stuff is right here.
Gotcha.
But here are the different posts and then the codes that go with it, as well as the pages, the URLs. And this is for traffic, it looks like. So that's really the big difference on TikTok. Otherwise, like, it's very similar in terms of setup. You'll need a campaign name. You'll need to pick your target. You'll need to pick your dates. Like, I mean, it's very similar. All of the platforms are very similar.
Gotcha.
So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to get our Prisma up so I have the terminology again. After I have to sign in 5,000 times. God love Mondays. Sure. Oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah, and with all the next year setup stuff, we're all going to be in the same boat. It's just the nature of the beast. Every year around this time, it just gets really crazy trying to finish out this year and then get next year set up.
Yep.
The good news is that this year, the numbers and the buys and all of that, like, they basically have to be final by the end of May. If anything changes, you have to go through an exception process. So that's the good news. You're not like tied to June 30th trying to get all these numbers to match, right, and deliver. You basically have to know going into June that everything's pretty much set to spend. There's no issues with overages or underspends. And that way you can use the whole month of June to really focus on getting everything set up for July. So that is the good news.
Nice.
But it will be a little crazy between now and then. Not that there won't be changes or anything weird happening, but that's basically how it operates.
Gotcha.
And oh, by the way, don't buy and sell a house during that either. Just saying. Worst ever.
Well,
I was in tears at the time. It was terrible.
We're trying to look at that, but that's probably honestly going to get pushed back till next year on top of our weekends are just spent wedding planning right now.
Yeah, I totally get it. Always something happening. My life is sports. Yours is wedding, mine is sports. The girl, whatever. Did this one come with the name or is it the other one? See, it drives me crazy that it doesn't. Okay. Alright. So we're just gonna open this up, and so basically you just click on this like tab right here, and it'll tell you open in TikTok Ads Manager. Fancy. Are you on TikTok at all? Like, do you get on there?
Not really.
I don't either. I don't have time. I mean, content I know is really great, but I just don't have time. Okay, so this will be your dashboard when you do have campaigns active and live. It'll kind of show you your whole account level, what's happening. But really what you want to get into is campaign. And this is where it'll list all your campaigns and the individual performances and things like that. Like you'll have different headings, just like you do in Facebook that says like impressions, spend, blah, 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 like once we get a campaign up and going. And you can dig into ad group and then add, very similar to Facebook. And you can toggle between dates or whatever you want to see. And then I would also, when you do have some time, or if you think about it, connect with the TikTok team. I'll put you on the note once we tell them everything's kind of set up for them to review. But I would just reach out to have them just walk you through this, like maybe for 15 minutes, just so you can kind of get familiar and they can kind of explain it more in detail than I can. That helped me when we were starting up. So just a suggestion, you don't have to.
Gotcha.
All right, so we can use existing or we can create new. We're going to create new because we don't really have any to go off of right now. So like same thing as Facebook, it'll just walk you through the different things that you'll have to select. So we want to do auction, we want to do awareness, which is reach. And these are the other different objectives you could choose. Campaign names, so I'm just going to make this up. Remember, what did we use for Arc Power on Facebook? We'll just use that. I try to stay consistent, just keeps things in line, and I don't know, you can manage it however you want, but with tagging and all of that, I just try to keep it all together.
Gotcha.
My allergies are going crazy, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
All right, so I'm just going to use this as a template. And we're going to say reach May to June or social. I think it's, what was it? 18 to 34. Okay. That looks good. All right, you can do a split test. I've never done that on TikTok. It's basically where you want to test different creatives or anything like that. Facebook has a similar option. Yeah, right. We have a limit on budget. We're gonna do lifetime for now. Sarah may come back and tell us to do daily. I don't recommend daily because then it gets very manual, and then you're really held to watch it, and you're at risk for overspending or underspending.
Gotcha.
I always like to do lifetime. If something's not performing well or we need to test something out, then yes, you can use daily to kind of trick the system or do whatever you need to do. But I would always start out with lifetime unless they tell us differently. So that's my guidance for you. So I think 48,000 is what she said. What happened to my receipt? There it is. Yep, 48,000. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna do it that way. Okay, so this is our ad group name. So this is where I would normally put like our target. So we're going 18 to 34. Broad. So placement type. If you are doing reach and frequency, this will actually give you several options. Little did we know, TikTok has several different platforms that they run across the world that we don't even use here in the US. So they will show up in here. And me and Kelsey made the mistake of selecting all. And we ran like 2 days on all the placements across the world. So again, we're still learning on all of this, so you can't really mess this up. And Sarah, again, she came back, she's like, guys, and she didn't answer right away when we first launched, and we had to launch like right away. So we were like, okay, everything looks good, everything's like serving, so we'll just leave it. So yeah, but so anyways, users can comment on your ads on TikTok and hello. Gosh, I don't remember. I'm just gonna see what we did on like Theory. I want to say we turned it off. This is Theory's account, so if you don't have access to that, make sure you have access to that.
Don't think I have Theory.
Let me see. Tell me. See, Kelsey did all this stuff in here. I have not messed with Theory. I was on vacation when a bunch of stuff went down, so like she worked with Sarah and all. See, here's they have Hello, Pangle, all this stuff happening.
So can you not like select it like to target only the US or?
Wait, say that again?
So because you said it ran on like all these apps all over the world.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Do we not put like a good like does geo-targeting not do anything there?
No, it does.
Okay.
But these apps are only available around the world. So like people could still download them in the US, you know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
Whatever. Or still be on them and still get served in the US. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I don't know. It was just funny. But anyways, this Theory, the way that it was set up. So it looks like, yeah, we do not let users comment. So I wanted to make sure that was the case. But we do let users download our videos. So cool. I'm glad I checked that. So we're going to say they cannot comment. We will allow them to download. Sometimes it's touchy if you are boosting like certain content from influencers. Sometimes they're like, you're not allowed to let people download this or whatever. So just keep that in mind if she specifies. Automated creative optimization. So no, that's just basically saying, hey, we'll put your assets together for you with different copies and stuff. So we're not doing that. Audience. These are custom, I think. These are different audiences you have saved or uploaded yourself. So we won't do any of those. United States. Gender is both. Limit. We want 18 to 34. No limit, we're gonna just type in here English because we like English. And this is where you can add in interests and things like that. Again, here's just some examples. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Like it's really nice, but it's been more valuable for us to really learn without choosing, and allowing the campaign to tell us what people are interested in for future use. Device, this is where you can pick like Android, iOS. So yeah, we don't need any of this. Okay, so budget and schedule. So we're only doing one ad set. So again, lifetime budget, 48,000. So schedule. So I'm gonna make this for tomorrow just to give us some wiggle room.
Okay.
I hate time zones. I freaking hate time zones. Not in like ones that I know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What does this equal to our time? It doesn't tell you. Like, what is UTC? UTC. Is that mountain time or something?
Might be central. Central?
No, it's not Central. I've come across it before. UTC. At 7:40 p.m. What time zone is UTC? Universal Time Coordinated. What the crap is that? How do you convert? Yeah. Oh, I don't want to do that. Not really giving me much here. So like right now it's 1940. And it's 3:40 here, so it's a 6-hour difference. So it's 6 hours ahead of time. Pinterest does the same thing. It drives me crazy. Okay, so if we say tomorrow at we could do at like 1800, and that would mean at 12 noon for us. Right?
Mm-hmm. I think.
6:27. I'm just gonna same thing. It really doesn't matter as long as it spends. Okay. All right, all day is when we're going to run it. And then also over here again, similar to Facebook, tells you kind of how much your estimated reach is. So we're not looking at anything specific, just our demo. All right, optimization goals. So we what did we do for theory? We usually do a 2x7 for social, but for TikTok, we may have done something different. This was a traffic campaign. Show ads no more than twice every 7 days. Perfect. Okay. Like I said, I am rusty. I haven't done this in a while again. Custom. Okay. We always do lowest cost. Mid caps, again, very more manual. If we see that our CPMs are like really high, that may be something we want to put in place. But again, Sarah, our rep, will provide guidance on that if that does happen.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, creative name. We have Morgan Tim. Single video. Okay. I think we hit upload. No, I lied. I think I have to put in the library first. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going back to our regular dashboard for Arc Power on this other tab. And what I'll have to do, I just don't want to lose my spot here. So I'm going to drop down to assets and then creative. I think this is where you have to punch in that code. Okay, so we are going to hit say create. There is the actual how-to guide. I'm just very impatient right now to go through all that. So this is what Kelsey plays around with.
Gotcha.
Because she'll take some content that she's found and she'll add different music or whatever if they can't use the music rights or whatever. So she has done a lot of this stuff. I have not. Like, she's more into it than I am. Where did I find that the last time? Maybe it's there. Let's try this. If not, I'll have to break out my no, what's that? I'm driving myself crazy now. Sorry, Jen.
Good.
Normally, like, I'm on my game. I'm not on my game right now. Sorry, I'm very rusty.
Oh no, you're good.
Where did you do that? All right, hang tight. This is how they generate that code.
Gotcha.
I thought it was a setting right there. I'm sorry. I should have looked at this before our call.
You're good.
I like see it in my head. I just don't know what screen it's at. I'm still on a phone call, yes, sweetie. We need. Huh? You just had watermelon. What are you hungry again for? What is wrong now?
Where's your phone? I need to take a picture of this. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Okay. Yeah. Here it is. Okay, I'll send this to you. You have it. Okay, so within your TikTok ad account, select TikTok posts. That's what it is. Because I know where that is. Here's TikTok posts.
Close this.
What? I see, yes, it's very dark.
Oh. Start raining.
It is gonna rain, yes.
in a minute.
What am I doing wrong, Jen? Within your TikTok ad account, select TikTok posts. Oh, I wonder if we don't have the right access. That is why I'm going flipping crazy. Because we don't have library up here. Oh, for the love. Like if we go to click. You don't have it here either. What happened to it? That is so weird. We don't have a library anymore. Am I crazy?
I do not see it.
I don't either. Event creative audiences comments. Showing your campaign, nothing under dashboard. That is bizarre. Okay. I'm gonna have to put a note on that. Anyways, this is where we would do it. And basically we'd go to I think it's from library. And once we upload that code into this post thing or whatever, then we'll be able to pick it from our library. And that's where it would upload here. It would show you a preview. We can add text or whatever if we want. Here's where we'd add our URL. And then here's where we're at our tracking.
Gotcha.
And then we hit submit. Like we're pretty much almost done. So I'm going to send a note to Sarah asking what the heck happened to our library menu item. So we can finish building this out.
Gotcha.
And then as far as tracking goes, so they do not actually accept Nielsen tags. So just like we had sent that Excel spreadsheet to Nielsen for our Instagram campaigns, we're not going to do that this time. I think it's coming soon, but they don't take them quite yet. So what we need to do is actually create a tag in DCM. And I forget, did you say you have experience creating tags in DCM or no?
I've been in DCM. I never created the tags. I used it more for reporting purposes.
Okay.
I've used their tags. I just placed them on.
Okay. So that PowerPoint that I sent over in instant messaging earlier, that is how we do it. So that is literally your step-by-step guide to create them. So I can go ahead and at least have that created for us so we can add them in here. I usually never add a click tracking URL just because the biggest thing we're concerned about is impressions from a tracking standpoint. If you want to, you can put it in there. I don't. I just normally put our impression trackers unless I'm being asked to. So let's go ahead and at least create the tag really quick so we have that. And then all I'll need to do is reach back out to Sarah to say, hey, we're building this. Can't upload the video. And then once we're done, we'll need her to look at it. So
Gotcha.
let's go ahead and create our tags. This is fun. I just save it as a favorite. This campaign manager, the DCM. Do you have this? You have this link, obviously, right? If you do.
I don't know. I don't think
All right.
so.
I'm gonna send this to you. Let me know if you can look at stuff here. Where are you? Don't I have you in here? Just make sure you can get in there.
Okay. I cannot.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get you access. I don't know. The DCM stuff may be different on your side because it's all Google, right? So I would assume you have access to
It just
but we need
says I don't have
out.
access to Campaign Manager 360.
You don't have access to it.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It says, please
It's a
contact your
product. But that's why I'm like. Okay. I'll see if I can find the email from last year where we requested access and see if we can add you.
Perfect.
So basically I just kind of search in here. I'll just go ARC. Well, that's a lot of shit. It usually just says ARC, 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 ARC. But basically these are our Prisma names. This is where Kara pushes our Prisma details to this platform. so that we can create tags. And of course, it's gonna end up being really stupid. Yeah. I can search from advertisers, so we can just do oral care. Here's our Bellini Art Tower. See if that works. That's OLV and search. I wonder if it's just not active. Copy here. What bean in the butt? You see Canada ones in here too. They've got theirs uploaded as well. There's Theory. But why isn't, I see one arc. I know Social's in here because I've used them before. Maybe it's because we don't have a name on our Prisma thing. That's so frustrating. Not archived. I want it to be active. Half the time, I'm not kidding, in this platform, I'm filtered wrong. Because I'll go in here and I'll be like, Kara, can you push my stuff to DCM? I don't see it. And they're like, it's there. And then I end up like toggling the filters and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. God. So stupid. It'll be in here somewhere about this. Nope. Okay. Second note. So we're going to have to send a note to Kara. We'll send a note to Sarah to kind of get these going. The only thing about TikTok, I don't think I can save this as like a draft, which sucks. So I'm just going to leave it on the screen for now. And I'm going to send those notes. Once we get that information back, we can hop on again and finish this out, which is fine. I don't know what your availability looks like tomorrow, but we can always reconnect that and get this going again. But that's really, I mean, that's TikTok. It's pretty standard. I don't know. Do you have any other questions before I reach out to them?
Nope, not at the moment.
And basically, just so you can kind of like visualize how this shows up. So on TikTok, as you're scrolling through like the feed, it comes in between those different posts as a promo, basically. Like it just as you're like scrolling through Instagram, it'll come up as like a sponsored video, just like it does on Instagram.
Gotcha.
So that's basically how it works. They have other products you can leverage or buys. One of the other ones they're really known for, and a lot of P&G brands have used this, is their branded hashtag challenge, which I think would be really something cool, especially for NBI to do, but it's so expensive. And you really have to do it right. Like, I think at this point, we're using TikTok to reach our target, and we're just using whatever content we can. Like, there's not a whole lot of strategy behind it because it's, NBI is just very scrappy as it is. So, but they do have other things. You can do like a homepage takeover where like you're the first video they see, and like all kinds of stuff. So,
Gotcha.
But this feed placement is basically what we've been using to date. So we haven't really expanded much past that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so let me send a note to them. I will introduce you as well. And then feel free to reach out to Sarah to set up some time or whatever if you want to, know more. But that's basically it.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Also follow up on the Instagram access and let me know what you find out.
Will do.
Okay, perfect. Okay, talk to you later.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.